If I were to tell you that there is a charting tool, an indicator that is so simple, so common, but yet so powerful, would you believe me? Well, if you are a professional, you probably would, because you are probably using it. If you are not, but want to become one, today we will make an introduction to this tool, to this indicator that will welcome you to the world of trading and investing. We will use this tool on the weekly chart of Bitcoin that is currently floating around $11,384. We will scan top 10 coins. We will swim through the sea of red that we are currently floating in. But let's not waste any time and let's talk about moving averages. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, as you already know, we are having a red day, the sea of red. Everything is mainly in the red. In the top coins, Ethereum more than 8%, XRP more than 8%, Chainlink, the one we talked about a lot lately, more than 10%. But if you followed my advice, if you followed what I said about Chainlink, you would be good now. Because I was quite bearish in the short term on the Chainlink. And although you didn't like it, the things are playing its course. One thing you have to keep in mind, this channel will not tell you what you want to hear. This channel will tell you what is really happening, what are the facts, what the charts are saying. Of course, I could make more popularity on this channel by saying that Chainlink is going to the moon all the time and everybody would love me. But let's keep it real. This is the point, right? Now on this next chart, I will show you why using moving averages can keep you calm. Most of you must be panicking right now because we are having a correction. But remember, to be in a healthy uptrend, small downtrends are needed. Let's go to the moving averages. Let's tell a story behind this. This is our Bitcoin weekly chart, all the way from the beginning of the 2017 years. We will use this as an example of how powerful moving averages are. So where are they? There they are. On the screen you are seeing 20-week moving average, 50-week moving average, 100-week moving average, and a 200-week moving average. When I started using these, they didn't impress me much because they looked too simple. If you were on that path of an investor trader, you know that in the beginning you are impressed by the complexity, not by the simplicity. Only that you become more experienced, the simplicity overcomes that complications. But what are those lines on the most basic level? Well, those are the medians, let's say, of the price action in the past, in the period that you selected. In the past 20 weeks, 50, 100 or 200. We can use this, and I'm using it on a daily and monthly chart also. Today, for example, we use weekly because this is my favorite time frame. Those are, just as name it says, moving averages, average of the price that is moving in a direction. How can we use those? There are many ways you can use these. I will tell you the two most common ones. You can use it as a crossover signal to buy or sell a certain asset, or you can use it as dynamic support and resistance of the price action. The latter is my favorite and I'm using it that way. So let's head to our first case when we have a crossover of the two moving averages. When the two averages, we just left with two short ones, 20 and 50 week moving averages, are having a crossover. This is the crossover of the 20 week to the downside of the 50 week moving average. This could be your signal to start selling. When will you get in and what would be your buying signal? Where right about here they are having a crossover to the upside. This is just one way how you can use it. And another time we already had here a selling signal, and a few weeks ago we had a buying signal. Now, I'm not a fan of this strategy. I used it a little, but those are pretty lagging indicators, and this moving average, simple moving averages especially, you can see where would we buy this. If you follow this price, this is what you would be selling, around $6,000 to $7,000. And where would you be buying? Here, around $9,000. So it's not a really good deal to sell something at $7,000 and buy it at $9,000. But let's go now to the case number 2, where we are using moving averages for a breakout, for support and resistance of that breakout, the dynamic support. Let's use it one by one. Let's start off with 20 week moving average. It is the shortest, but in a bull run, one of the main support levels. Check it out. 20 week moving average being in 2017 bull run, great support. The price is always retracing to that level. As you can see, when the price didn't retrace all the way to that level, the price went parabolic, and that could be our first indicator that the bull run could be over and peaking. After that, the price became a resistance in the beginning of 2018 when we broke to the downside. You can see clear resistance in the April of 2018 in the same year, and look how it's holding back. It's really holding back the price for a couple of weeks until this resistance became so strong that the price had to go down. So this is the example of a dynamic support and resistance of the 20-week moving average. Well, how can you use it for a breakout? Easy. If you decided to get out of the market in the January of 2018, that would be a very good strategy, because you wouldn't be entering until the breakout out in the March of 2019. And this all the way between these 2 points of breaking out, you will be out of the markets, waiting on the sidelines with money to come in back. And this would be a very good strategy. And this time you would be exiting around $11,000 and entering around $4,000. What do you say? It's a pretty good return, huh? Then again, when would you exit from the market? There, right at the point where we broke below the 20-week moving average. This is around 10K. And again, we are having a success. This can go on and on. I just wanted to give you a clear picture of a strategy. Let's zoom in a bit. By now you know the drill. This is our 20-week moving average, and the same apply to the next one, 50-week moving average. This is clear resistance from the 15 SMA. and the point of breakout. You can see that this whole area was used as some kind of support by the time, but breakouts occurred March and May. The next one, 100-week moving average, you see that we were provided by support. And most importantly, the 200-week moving average. As we stated in our last video, if you haven't watched it, check it out. The 200-week moving average is many times the bottom of the bear market. As you can see, we touched the bottom at the end of 2018 and we breached it, but still holding it as a support this year in February and March. You can see that 200-week moving average was never a resistance but always support, and this is by far the most important dynamic support that asset can have, in this case Bitcoin. So when you enter a bear market, always expect a pullback to the 200-week moving average. It could take months, it could take years, but this is excellent indication of the bottom. Okay, now you might be wondering how can we use this in our current situation. It's pretty simple. Let's go back to the 20-week moving average. This is the fastest of all these, and remember, the price always has to come down at least to this moving average of 20 periods. Without that, the uptrend is unsustainable. So regarding our current price action, isn't it obvious that we should expect a pullback to these levels? Consequently, the 20-week moving average at this time is around $9,090, almost 10K. The level that we stated many times that we have to make a pullback to that level. So don't be alarmed. More downside is possible and even probable, because price, remember, always retrace to the 20-week moving average. In this case, prediction $10,000 in the near future. After that, happy days and the upside potential. I think this tool is super powerful, but also super simple. If you're a beginner, dive a little bit deeper into this indicator. You will not regret it. And as you gain more experience and get better and better, you will begin to using it even more. Do you like this indicator? Let me know in the comments. Also, smash the like button and smash that subscribe button so you can know when the next video is coming out. And until the next video, we are moving through the averages of not so average Bitcoin.